Hi, in this video we're going to show you how to edit a postcard or a letter. It's all done the same way. Right now you see Home, Create, and Manage. If I scroll down, there's a slider where you can see different things that we have and offer, like lists. If you wanted to have postcards or things like that, or bandit signs, you can go there and click on that. Some help videos. You can see pricing and direct mail. Direct mail is the button you want to click. You can also access that by clicking on Create, and then it will show your direct mail button as well. And if you click on direct mail, it brings up categories on the left-hand side, such as GoBig letters. There's foreclosure letters, formal letters, generic letters, but it's all done the same way. All the ordering is done the same way. You can click in the middle of any one of them and they'll zoom in and you can read it and see what it looks like. Now, just because this is blue doesn't mean that when I order it I can't make it a yellow, and just because the ink is red doesn't mean that when I order it I can choose the red ink and make it blue or black. I can change the font, and these doodles, I can turn those off. So what you want to do is just read it and see which one you like, and then click on order. And that will tell you which one is editable or not. In this case, you can see there's buying houses postcards. If I click on that, it'll show you a bunch of postcards. And once again, you can zoom in by just simply clicking on it, and it'll show you what it says. And in this case, it says, I buy houses. I'm interested in buying your property at, and you can see it says site address. So it's going to pull the site address. And it says, hi, first name. My name is first name, and it's going to automatically pull your first name. I'm a local real estate investor in Site City, and it'll automatically pull your city. And it automatically will put your phone number down here. That's what's really cool about our system. It automatically does everything for you. Hi, first name. And then you can edit this text, and then it automatically puts in your website and your return address. And that's essentially it. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to order a simple postcard. So we'll click on order. Maybe we'll order let's order this one here. We'll click on order. Oh, one more thing I wanted to mention. In all of them, see where it says owner address and site address? Right? It says it requires two addresses. And so what that means is it's going to look for an owner address to mail it to, and it's going to look for a site address so we can reference it in the property. Not every card is going to ask for both, but you can read that here. So simply click on order, and then it brings up our simple form. And it tells you here to complete the information below exactly as you would like it to appear on your card. Right? So if you want to do capital letters, do capital letters. This shows you a small thumbnail as to the product you ordered. It automatically puts in your first name, your last name, your phone number, your website, your company name, or you can change it. And whatever you enter here will become your new default for next time. So next time I order another postcard, it will remember what I just typed in here. It puts in my address here. And now I can choose the postcard color. I can do yellow or blue or green. We print 4 colors, so it's really an unlimited amount of colors. I can change things like the tagline. Instead of urgent notice, I can make it say, hurry, call me. There's a message section. I want to buy a house in your area. Maybe I want to buy a house in your town. ... Now I was hoping to speak with you about buying your property at, and then it automatically puts in the site property address there. And then the tagline on the back, houses wanted, urgent notice, and then it's got a whole text blocks, and you can simply change it. All you do is type in what you wanted to say, and then down here you give it a name, and I'll call it absentee postcard. And then scroll down a little bit more. And now you'll read here, it says clicking the continue button will save your work thus far. So I can save and exit and walk away, or I can click continue. If I click continue, it's going to also save it. But now what it's doing, it's asking me to select a mailing list for the order that I've just created. And so I can select a list here. And it brings up this section and it says select a list. What I do is I click from my drop-down menu and I can choose that list. Now in this case I only have one, but you can have up to 50. So I choose that list and I click continue. If there isn't a list here, don't worry. All you have to do is go to the Manage tab by clicking here, and then you click on My Contacts, or you can go right there, and then you can add a new list and then come back to this postcard by clicking on View Cart, because it's going to remember the order that you started, right? And that's it. Right here it says that. Have no fear, the edits you've done so far, right, have been saved and can be accessed at any time. So at this point, I click Continue, and it tells me that there's 1,204 records in that list that I just selected. I can go back, I can click Help, and now what we're doing is we're mapping out the general variables. This is the data that goes in the body of your piece. So we can call out things such as Dear First Name, right? So we'll click this drop-down menu and we look for first name. And the site address, we click this drop-down menu, and now we're not looking for owner address. This time it's site property address. And site city. So now we click on site city name is what it's called in my data record file. And on the right hand side it reiterates once again what you've just selected over here, and you can click the first arrow or the first contact in your data list. Here we go. Her name is Catherine. This is the site address, and if I scroll down a little bit it will show me this is the address of where it's being mailed. This is the mailing label, right? This is where it's being mailed. This up here is the information that's going to be in the body of the piece. So it can say something like, Dear Catherine, I would like to buy your property at, right? Yet it's being mailed to Catherine who lives at a different location. And you can click through as many of these as you'd like to confirm, right, that they match up. Usually you can do one or two and then you're pretty satisfied. Then you scroll down and click on Continue. And it confirms that I've added 1,204 records to this proof. If I want to, I can go back here and add another list. I can replace a list or delete a list. We don't need to do that now. We can continue to proof. And what this one will do, it says loading, it's going to mail merge all that data and give me a sample so I can preview it. This can take a few minutes. Now you can see our proof came up and it gives me some options, but first of all it allows me to see a sampling of what the mail merge looks like. And so it says here, hi Jan, I want to buy a house in your town, and it automatically says here, I want to buy a property at, and it puts the recipient's site property address right here. And then down here it also does it. So I buy houses and it says I want to buy a property at, and once again it puts the site property address here. It says, hi Jan, my name is Andrew. I'm a local investor here in Columbus. I bought many houses. I didn't change that, but I could have. Please call now, and I put in my phone number. I could have changed houses wanted, urgent notice. I could change that text. It's really cool. This is the recipient's address where it's being mailed. This is my return address, automatically populated. Now what you can do is click on number 2 of 10, and you can see, if I scroll up a little bit, it's going to change right down here, and it goes to the next one, and I just keep clicking, and you can see it's changing the name, it's changing the address, the recipient address, right? And I can check all of them. This is going to show me the last 10 records of my account. That's it. If I don't like the way I wrote something, then I just click on Edit Copy, and it takes me back to the form, and then I can edit it and then continue, and I don't have to attach a list anymore. It will remember what I did. I can click a PDF proof to see a better resolution. And also, just one thing to notice, this right here is called an indicia. It's not a live stamp, it's a graphic that represents that we paid postage. If you're ordering a letter or something and you want a live stamp, then this will be replaced with a live stamp, and or current resident will not appear. Okay, so I simply click Approve Proof and Continue. It asks me to confirm that what I see is exactly what I wanted. I click on Checkout, the page loads, and then I have some mailing options. I can choose to mail it at a future date by clicking on schedule, and so my product will be produced on a future date if I want to. I can close that. I have options here for first class mailing with a live stamp. That really is only recommended when you use letters that are authentic with an envelope. Or in postcards like we're doing now, I can simply use this first class pre-sort. And then down here, it says or, so I'm not going to mail my own pieces, so I don't have to worry about any of that. I'm not going to ship anything. I can do mail tracking if I want to. If I click on that, it'll describe it. What that does is it will do a tracking to give you a postal receipt, basically to show that we did mail or mail the pieces, or at least give them to the post office. And I click continue. And it tells me that there's been 1,200 in my file. Well, actually there was 1,204, but we've added 2 additional pieces. They're known as seeds. One goes to us and one goes to you, and that way we get proof of mailing. Although we don't really use it as proof, we kind of use it for just confirming that the mail goes out. And then we go to continue, and I want to click Save Agent Email as default, and that will then know that this is my email, and then when the order goes out in about 3 days, it'll send me a confirmation. You can write any comments or questions in here. We read them all. Click Continue. It'll ask me to go through a couple questions to confirm some of our disclaimers. You click Approve. And now it brings up a summary and payment page. It tells me what I ordered, the name that I gave it, the scheduled date to go out, that I ordered first class. There's 1,200 pieces. It cost this much. And I simply enter my credit card information in here. I can save that credit card for future use. And then down here at the bottom, I simply click Approve, and then it will be produced or go into production. Don't click this one here. That's only if you don't feel confident putting in your credit card online, and then you can just call us in with it. Simply click Approve, and then you will get a receipt, and then your order will go into production. And one thing, I won't push this one through, but after you push Approve, then you can go to the Manage tab and click on Order History. And although I don't have any in here, it will show all the orders that were generated. And then you can review receipts and things like that. That's all there is to it. Happy campaigning.